Happy Friday. The weekend is here. I find this extremely worrisome, this announcement, and hear me out. So Uber asks the United States CDC to consider rideshare drivers and delivery drivers essential for this COVID-19 vaccine. Dara Khosrowshahi has made this application and argument saying, you, the driver, you, the delivery driver, should be first in line for this COVID-19 vaccine. And the argument is early access to a vaccine would help drivers and delivery people continue to play their essential role. The essential role is, hey, CDC, get our guys, get our drivers vaccinated first so we can make money, right? And if they were to take it a step further, knowing how Uber operates, right? If they integrate this on the app and you actually have to show or prove that you've gone for your vaccine, this could happen, right? They could put this step in, right? Just like you have to show that you are wearing a mask before the driver or the rider can take a trip. Let's just say they build a step in and say, submit proof that you've had your vaccine, so that it shows up on the rider's app. It says, this driver has been vaccinated. You're safe. This is all about money, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else. This is all about cash. And I find it extremely, extremely worrisome, right? So Uber asks the US CDC to consider rideshare drivers, delivery drivers essential for COVID-19 vaccine distribution. This has been announced in several channels. This is not just small news. This is major news. I, for one, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that because when I was 19 and went to the army and there were 40,000 soldiers that had to line up for a bunch of vaccines, thank God we didn't make the first batch in the first day, but these people got multiple injections and got very sick, very, very sick. Some people got sick for months. And when those side effects kicked in the second and third day, they said, hang on, you know, we cannot use these other, whatever, 30,000 soldiers as guinea pigs for vaccines. Let's hold off. So I'm very, very anti. I'll tell you straight up, right? This would be the difference for me to say goodbye to Uber if they were to try and force me to take a vaccine. And this is basically, I'm just saying, based on my personal bad experience being in the army, having seen what vaccines or sort of test vaccines did to certain soldiers. Now, Uber Technologies Incorporated on Thursday asked the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to designate its ride-hail and delivery drivers as non-health essential workers entitled to early COVID-19 vaccine distribution. So, hey, you know what, CDC? Give our drivers, give our delivery drivers the vaccine first. And knowing Dara, he's going to build this into the app so that the rider can see, hey, you know what? This driver has been vaccinated. This is extremely, extremely disturbing to me. I don't know how you feel about it. You're welcome to leave your comments. The company, in a letter to the CDC Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, says its drivers provided critical transportation for essential workers and allowed others to stay home and order food. Hence, put them in line first for this vaccine so we can ... keep on making money, right? This is the only motive that Dara has behind this. Sort of towards the front, oh, you know what? We were a safe company. We follow the vaccine rules. We want to be first in line. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is all about cash. This is all about money. Trying to push you to be one of the first people to get the vaccine. Early access to a vaccine would help drivers and delivery people continue to play their essential role while also reducing the risk that they may inadvertently contract or possibly transmit the virus, said the letter, signed by Uber's head of federal affairs, Daniel Burr. That is their argument to the CDC. Make our drivers, our delivery drivers, get the vaccine first. And here's the argument why. Some of you might be super excited about this. Some of you maybe can't wait, to get the syringe and this vaccine juice shot into your arm. It's like, sign me up. I want it right now. Boom, right? I, for one, wouldn't want to be one of the first guinea pigs out there for Uber's sake, right? So Larry Scott says, sounds good to me. He's ready to go. He's ready to take that syringe. So my guess is if they integrate this in the app, Larry Scott goes and says, shoot me up. Give me this juice so I can keep on driving. The company, in a letter to the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practice, says its drivers provided critical transportation for essential workers and allowed others to stay home and order food. Early access to a vaccine would help drivers and delivery people continue to play their essential role while also reducing the risk that they may inadvertently contract or possibly transmit the virus, said the letter signed by Uber's head of federal affairs, Daniel Burr. The letter comes as several industry groups, including in the food production, agricultural, consumer goods, and trucking industry, are asking officials to prioritize their workers for early vaccine distribution, right? Junior says, washing hands, charcoal filtered mask, hand sanitizer, and disinfectant sprays, all you need. I'm with you on that, my friend. We're on the same page. And I've already clearly stated why I'm anti this. I saw, as a 19, 20-year-old, the serious side effects when about 10, 15,000 soldiers got shot up with multiple vaccines. They were sick for months. Thank God we did not have to. We were in line, didn't make the injections those days. The next day, overnight, the people fell sick, right? So we'll see. But Larry Scott's ready to go. Junior is not ready to go, right? I tend to be with Junior on this, and we all have our own personal opinion. The letter comes as several industry groups, including in the food production, agricultural, consumer goods, and trucking industry, are asking officials to prioritize their workers for early vaccine distribution. U.S. government officials have said that up to 20 million could be vaccinated by the end of 2020, but that it would take until the middle of 2021 for most Americans to gain access to effective inoculation. The CDC Advisory Committee is drafting recommendations for who should be prioritized for distribution, and on Tuesday said healthcare personnel and residents of long-term care facilities should receive the vaccine first. As U.S. government agency in August included ride-hail, taxi delivery, and car rental services in a list of essential critical infrastructure workers that also included more than 300 other job categories. You can follow the links there. I'll leave it for you. But the main thing is that Uber wants to designate you, the rideshare driver, you, the delivery driver, as non-health essential workers entitled to early COVID-19 vaccine distribution, right? So the interesting thing is I have two people that have made a comment. There are two people right here that have made a comment. Larry Scott is ready to go. Juice me up, shoot me up. And then we got Junior. Junior says, no, I do it this way. My worry, again, and I'm gonna be very clear here, is that this may get integrated into the app. So you'd have to prove before you go online that you have been vaccinated, right? That you've gone to one of these outlets in LA, in New York, and that you've received your injection, and then you're good to go. The same as they did with the masks, right? Are you wearing your mask? Do you have it on? If yes, you can drive. Rider, do you have your mask on? Verify it. No, you can't get in the car. Yes, I have it. Okay, let the trip start, right? The same could be done with the app. Very, very easy. Have you gone for your vaccination? Submit proof, right? Upload proof. Maybe it's a test to shows that you've had it. Just a little scan the thing in on the app, on the Uber app, and Uber notifies the rider. you're good to go. Your driver has been vaccinated. Wow. Wow. Now, before I carry on with the article, I do want to give a huge shout out to a news sponsor called Curiel. You guys should definitely check it out. They have an awesome model, right? And it's just deliveries. And you can use your imagination and let it go wild. I mean, you could have keys delivered, legal documents delivered, right? And the cool thing is it's not just documents or products that are delivered or parcels that can be delivered, but users can order special services such as a photographer, licensed barbers, manicurists, fixer handy persons, and they will come to your house or place of work. And Curiels, which they call, keep 80% of the delivery fees. They keep 80%. So there's an 80-20 split, right? By delivering anything. They stay busy and have shorter wait times, allowing them to earn up to $30 per hour. And they give a guarantee that it will be delivered under 30 minutes. Now, I'm going to make a standalone, dedicate an entire video to Curiel. I just love what they stand for, right? And, I mean, you have nothing to lose. Use them as plan B, plan C, plan D. Try it out, right? You might put it into your Rideshare food delivery mix. Okay, now you're delivering products, services, right? And they say you can make up to $30 an hour. You can order anything and have it delivered in under 30 minutes. Love the name, Curiel, Courial, is the courier app for everything. That's it. Curiel is the courier app for everything, from a set of keys, legal documents, to drinks, groceries, dry cleaning, furniture, food, snacks, electronics. Curiel is here for you. No minimum order, no surge fee. Just a team of real people ready to deliver anything you want. And I had a chat with the CEO, really liked his vision. 3 easy steps: fast local service, reliable service. You can get the app, which is the partner app. You can do the deliveries, or you get the user app. You order the services. You order a driver to deliver whatever you want, whatever your heart desires. Now, back to the main topic. Here. I'm putting this out here because I genuinely, I'm interested to find out if you're all gung-ho about this vaccine. Sign me up. I want to be the first in line. Like Larry's like, sign me up, shoot me up. I want to be the first in line. I say, me personally, hell no. I ain't your guinea pig. I ain't your little biatch, Uber. I'm not your little lab rat, right? So here's Dara Khosrowshahi, only thinking about the money, right? Because obviously, hey, it's going to make them look good. It's going to make them look good before the rider. All of our drivers are vaccinated. They've been vaccinated. You have nothing to fear. And what if they build this into the app like they did with the masks? Show that you've been vaccinated so that you can continue driving. They've already made the application to the United States CDC, Central Disease Commission, right? I think that's what it stands for. We would like our drivers and delivery drivers vaccinated first. Ultra Testosterone says, F Dara. I am with you, my friend. F him. So if he's going to force you to go and get a vaccination, if you don't get the vaccination, you can't drive. If you haven't shown us that you're not vaccinated, sorry, you lose your privileges. So shall it be. Then the universe has given me a clear sign. This company ain't for me, because I'm not going to go over and get myself shot up and be first in line, because this MF, all he's thinking about is cash. All he wants to do is satisfy his riders, right? Why don't you put the same message out for all your riders, right? Why are we just deemed the non-health essential work and you want us shot up? What about the rider, right? What about the rider getting into the car, okay? So he wants them to wear the mask, but he wants the driver or the delivery driver to be shot up with the juice. Who the hell are you, dude? You're just as bad as Randall Heimovicki, the other evil person that works at your company. It's totally, totally unacceptable. And I am 150% with ultra testosterone on this, right? Who do these people think we are? We're like some little disposable guinea pig or lab rat that you're just going to throw out there and say, hey, you know what? Our drivers in the United States will all get shot up with the juice. Now, you can hear clearly in my voice that I'm anti this idea, completely anti, right? And again, it goes to my experience as a 19, 20-year-old in the Army when I saw what vaccines, test vaccines did with soldiers. And thank God that day I didn't get those injections. Overnight, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of soldiers got sick, ill, right up to months and months in bed with after effects. And they said, nope, we got to stop injecting this stuff because people are getting too sick. Anthony Gay says, hell no, scamdemic. Hell no, right? And I mean, I'm asking you, Anthony, if Dara is forcing you to try and take, well, he's already made the application behind our backs. Behind our backs, he said to the CDC, I want my drivers, my deliveries first in line for this vaccine. Right? Anthony Gay says, hell no. Rideshare professor says, hell no. One of the first guys in here said, shoot me up, right? He's ready to go. Maybe it's a joke, but Larry Scott is all gung-ho about this. I'm not. Larry Scott says it's just a vaccine. Uber only looking out for your safety. Oh, Lord, buddy. I'm sorry, but I could say something right now. I better zip it, Larry. I better zip it, right? If you're a little sheeple and say, hey, it's only for your safety, shoot me up. I think that this is still the most effective way because this is how it gets transmitted or stopped, right? This is the breaker here. These are the brakes. But putting something inside your body that's completely new. Now, there are people that have stepped forward, right? There are people that have stepped forward. George Bush has stepped forward. Obama has stepped forward and says, hey, we're first in line. If Fauci says it's good to go, Dr. Fauci, juice us up. And I'm pretty sure that out of those couple of vaccines that apparently 75% effective, 90% effective, 94.5% effective, right? Pfizer, Moderna, and then the one in the UK. Maybe those okay. But what if you get another vaccine in the mix, right? All you see is a little dose. You don't know where it comes from. Is this 90% effective? Is it 20% effective? What are they going to juice us up with, right? And then Larry says, no, shoot me up. And Larry doesn't know what's in there. I tell you, once it's inside, I've seen with my own two eyes. Intake, 40,000 soldiers. First, you go and get your hair cut. Then you get your uniforms. Then you go and get your vaccines. And overnight, thousands of soldiers got sick. And I mean so brutally sick with side effects, it was not funny. That is where I learned I am not your human guinea pig, right? I'm not your human. And I am not Dara's human guinea pig. This would be the decision maker for me to stay or leave Uber. Now, Larry's ready to go. He wants that injection. So you probably could upload the document. Hey, I, Larry Scott, I've been vaccinated. I'm good to go, right? But knowing Uber, knowing how they manipulate these apps, knowing that they can build in software, and so you have to verify, hey, I'm wearing the mask. Let me see. Okay, you're in the car right now. You've switched on that app. Okay, I put my mask on. I'm ready. I take my photo. Okay, you good to go. I'm okay with this, right? I'm okay with this thing. I'm not okay with somebody shooting some unproven juice into my arm. Now, a driver sent me a screenshot. You didn't follow your health safety commitment. This is about masks. This is not vaccines yet. This is about masks. You didn't follow your health safety commitment. A passenger has reported that you weren't following your health safety commitment. You may not have worn a face covering, or you didn't keep the car ventilated, for example. If we continue getting reports like this, we may have to suspend your account. The next time you open your Lyft app, we'll ask you to take a photo wearing a face mask, right? We'll ask you to take a photo wearing a face covering. This can verify that you're following your commitment. Your safety is our priority, which is why we created this commitment. Remember, every time you ride with Lyft, you need to wear a mask. Now, this particular driver told me they briefly rearranged their mask and took it off. And the rider got all pissed off and said, "You can't take your mask off," right? My advice to you, if you need a little breather and you have to rearrange it, saying, "Sir, I'm just going to briefly take my mask off. I need to rearrange it. It's a little bit too firm." Just letting you know, so that they don't go and report you. But what if you get the same message now with the vaccines? You didn't follow your health safety commitment. A passenger has reported that you were not green lighted and did not have your vaccine, right? Because it shows up on the rider's end, right? Hell no. Hell no. Dustin, I welcome your thoughts on this. He says, "I suppose reports on no mask wouldn't matter. You can say you have the shot." So yeah, I don't need, that's a good one. I like your humor. It's like Dustin says, "I don't need a mask. I have my tattoo right here that I've had a shot, a big shot, a vaccine shot, right? So screw the mask. I'm vaccinated." Maybe that's the new attitude. But can you imagine you get something like this, right? This was over a mask, but a passenger has reported that you weren't following the health safety commitment. You may have not gotten your vaccine yet. Obviously, I'm getting a little crazy here and thinking a little bit way out. But what stops them from building this into the app and say, "Hey, once you have your vaccine, your privileges will continue," right? They did this with the mask. Who knows if they're going to do this with the vaccine? Dustin says, "I'm not getting the shot. Who knows the side effects with that crap? I don't get the flu shot either." I am 150% with you, brother. I don't get the flu shot, right? And I have good access to really, really good, smart people that say, "Torsten, you know what? Flu shot, vaccines, there's one or two, maybe measles as a kid," right? Because, that was a given. You couldn't go to school unless you had your vaccination for measles or whatever the case may be. But I'm with Dustin 150% on this. Nobody's going to put juice inside of my body that hasn't been tested. I ain't a lab rat. Dustin ain't a lab rat. You shouldn't be a lab rat. Larry's okay. Larry's okay with being a lab rat. Larry Scott said, "Sign me up." Junior is not okay with being a lab rat, right? Who is Dara to write a letter on our behalf saying that we should be first in line for these vaccines because they want the cash to continue? And again, my biggest fear, my biggest worry is they build this into the app that you have to prove that you've been vaccinated or you lose your privileges. So shall it be. I lose my privileges. I'm not going to be told who or what goes into my body. And Mark Ananda says, "Putos." Ultra Testosterone says, "I'll get the flu shot once Dara does cage match with Rideshare Professor." That's fair. That's game. Got to do the cage match first, and then, and then depending the outcome of that cage match, then we will decide what we do, right? Same for the COVID shot. Now, I'm sorry. This is just too much for me. This news is just, it's really disturbing. And maybe it's my own personal experience, like I said, as an army boy, as a young 19, 20-year-old. When I saw out of 40,000 soldiers in my intake, we were in a stationed outside of Pretoria in an area called Valhalla. And then we had to go for our haircuts, we had to get our uniforms, and then we had to go for vaccinations. But it was such a long line. I was like way back in the line, right? It went alphabetically. So K was way back. It went by alphabet, A's, B's, your last name, A, B, C. And those poor A, B, C, D, E, F, G last names got sick as a dog, right? Sick as a dog. As Dustin says, who knows the side effects of that crap? Well, I saw the side effects of that crap when I was a 20-year-old, when they were juicing up soldiers. And these guys got hellish sick, shivers, cold for months until the shit got out of their system. Right? And the army says, this test batch of vaccines, maybe we shouldn't shoot up the next group, the next 30,000 tomorrow morning and the next day. Maybe it's not such a good idea. Pass! Jesse Pacheco, pass! Sorry, you ain't putting that shit in my body. Okay? Look, if every single one of the 300 million, 1,000 plus Americans did this, watch the numbers come down. Guaranteed. This ain't syringe. It's a stupid mask. Stupid but effective. Doctors wear it. Nurses wear it for a reason. And you wearing this right now for a reason. This to me makes sense. This, in the lab rat phase, in the guinea pig phase 1, doesn't make sense to me. Go and inject this. Sorry, animals, but go and test it out on donkeys. Go and test it out on zebras. Go and test it out on monkeys. Don't test it out on Uber and Lyft drivers and delivery people. Mike Jones doesn't wear a mask. Okay, well, that's your prerogative. But then you can't come crying to us, Mike, when you get sick, dude. Or you got sick and then you hand it because you're not wearing a mask. You go to Thanksgiving and you go and infect 2 or 3 people at your dinner table. You can't come crying to us, right? But this shit works. Stuff is poison. It's going to turn people into genetically modified organisms, GMOs, and they will no longer be human. They will be patented and owned, and their property and everything will be owned. All right, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. I'm not saying it's going to exactly be like that, but you know what? I have to respect your opinion. I'm also going to respect Larry Scott's opinion, but because he's okay with it. It's his freedom. Larry Scott was the first person to own up. God bless him. And he said, sounds good to me. Shoot me up. Shoot me up with this juice. Okay? I got to respect his wishes. Doesn't mean they go hand in hand with my wishes. Mike Jones, my rights don't stop at your fear. Mike Jones, I'm actually laughing at you right now. I'm the least fearful person, right? But I work with my noggin. Some people think it's not macho, right? So Mike Jones might think, I feel like a little pussy if I wear a mask, so I'm not going to wear one. I want to be Mr. Macho, right? It's got nothing to do with that. It's got nothing to do with fear. It's got to do with smarts. Why do you think nurses and hospitals and doctors have been around for hundreds of years wearing this? Because they get sick people coming in all the time. Why do you think we have one of the highest levels in the world on rates and deaths? Because it's people like Mike Jones that don't wear their mask. You look at other countries, even my friends in South Africa are doing a better job. My friends in Australia are doing a remarkable job. My friends in New Zealand are even doing a better job. My friends in England and Germany are doing a great job. England's doing a shit job, just like the United States, because there's too many people that walk around like Mike Jones say, I don't have to wear a mask, right? But this here, to me, is crossing the line. Mark Hernandez says, no way, the ones imposing or potentially imposing vaccines on us should be the test subjects to show us it's safe. There we go. There we go. Right. And I thought you test the stuff on like rabbits or frickin', I don't know. I mean, there's the like the lynx or whatever, the one for the coats, the mink, whatever they're called. They have been infected with COVID. Why don't you go and try it out on that animal? It's about that big. Shoot them up. Jay Schreger, 23, need to see the long-term effects, not the short-term. I'm with you on that, my friend. Right? What are the long-term effects? And strangely, this article for me, this letter that Dara wrote to the CDC that we should be first in line for these vaccines, again, it took me back to my age 19, 20, when the government said, these young people, these 40,000 soldiers, these 20-year-olds are first in line and need to be injected with this shit. No, thank you. I'm 100% with you, Mark Hernandez. I would rather wear my mask. Mike Jones says, same politicians lie all the time. Believe them now? Hell no. It's not the politicians, right? It's the experts, the health experts that say that this works. The politicians listen or should listen to the health experts on this issue, right? So again, Mike Jones thinks that the politicians are the bad guys. No, the people who run those shows, the CDC, you would hope that they are the most qualified of the qualified people, right? That one idiot that just stepped down, Scott Atlas, who was in there at the one of Trump's informers, right? That was a neurosurgeon. What does a neurosurgeon know about biological agents, about viruses? Zero. So you would hope that you have the best of the best people in place who've handled other type of pandemics in the past, right? And that give you the best advice. And the best advice that they give you is this. And then they say, yes, down the line, there will be vaccines. I agree with that. And then they need to be tested, retested. And if there is something effective out there, then the masses should get it because there's no side effects. But who the F is Dara Khosrowshahi to tell you or I, hey, you guys go stand first in line because we deem you non-health essential workers. You have to be vaccinated first so we can keep on making money. Not with me, Jose. So Jay Schreger says, the scam is the test. A PCR test is never reliable for a virus. Test more people test positive. Many false positive. Anyways, the cool thing is, Kepler says, sounds funny, but these nanoparticles in vaccines will share your internal health data and can also damage you once prompted. I'm not sure, but this is what people are talking about. Okay, I mean, we're talking out loud. Everybody can bring in their 25 cents, right? I gave my opinion on this. Junior says, point blank, let Dara and all Uber CEOs get it. Thank you. That is, by the way, that's a great idea. Okay, so you write the letter to the CDC. You want us, the drivers and delivery drivers, be the first guys to be shot up. We should follow Junior's example, point blank. Let Dara and all the Uber CEOs and all their management get it first and show us that it's safe. But they're too chicken shit to do that. Hashtag will not let a company decide my health. Brother, I could not say how much I appreciate those words. That idea is brilliant. So Dara, listen up. Coward of all cowards. How about you? How about Logan Green? How about John Zimmer? Why don't you make a video Go down in San Francisco, get your wonderful vaccine, right? Get your kids vaccinated, get your wives vaccinated, and then let us know how you feel. Document it, film it. How do you feel after day 1? How do you feel after day 3, Dara? How do you feel after day 7? How do you feel after week 3? How do you feel after week 4? If you're not acting abnormal or have diarrhea or shaking in bed with the sweats, maybe then the delivery drivers and the drivers will use it. But I love Junior's idea. Anyway, I appreciate you guys listening in. I'm not going to make this a long one. It's up to you to decide if you want it or not, right? I gave Curiel an awesome shout out. I'm going to make a great video for my new sponsor on the weekend. I also want to give my other sponsor, Kover, Kover, a shout out. Starting at $7 a month, my link below, you get 1 month free. And by the way, yesterday I made a video. I gave an example of Aaron Winters, 200,000 plus subscribers, right? The channel is called Aaron on Demand. It's making about $6,000, $7,000 a month with YouTube. I highly encourage people that have knowledge in a specific area to go and start their own channel. Even if you have knowledge about this, go and make your own channel. A lot of people will subscribe if you have value, right? But back to my sponsor, 24/7 health service, paid time off, automatic mileage tracking in this gig protection plan, legal protection through legal rideshare in Chicago, and they will send out the letters if you get wrongfully terminated. If you've been in an accident or had an injury, or if you have riders in the car that were injured, make 100% sure you reach out to legal rideshare, right? And ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your input on this one. So far, I've read all the comments, and I've had about 10, 12 people say, hell no. And I've had one person, Larry Scott, said shoot me up. Zach and Blue says, hello, brother, had huffed in my direction. Oh my God. I am so sorry to hear that, dude. So there we go. Mike, I want Mike to listen in. Mike Jones, listen in. Listen to what Zach and Blue says. The passenger is sitting in the back with his mask on, right? Just correct me if I'm wrong, Zach and Blue. Real story. The passenger's in his car, takes off the mask, coughs in his direction multiple times. Now it's in the air, it's in his car, right? And the thing is, maybe in the first 2 or 3 minutes, maybe it did prevent it getting through. But you drop the guy off, the stuff is still in the car, right? You got to breathe. So you drop the person off, you get ready to disinfect the car for the next one. But because that individual took his mask off, coughed, the particles are in the air, the guy gets sick. We hope you get well. We pray for you. If there's anything I can do, I can send you any really good immune boosters, supplements, let me know. I'll gladly do that on me. I've done it for some other drivers that got sick. I've sent them the best of the best supplements. You can reach out to me afterwards. And I mean that. I don't talk, I do it. 3936318. Because the one thing you want to do is get some really, really good immune boosting supplements, like the very best D3s, 10,000 IU, the best vitamins, zinc, echinacea, colloidal silver into your body to boost your immune system. Absolutely. You can take me up on the offer. I've done it. Ask some other drivers that have been in the previous channels I've commented. I've gone online, I've shopped the supplements for them, and I've shipped it to them. And they came back and said it worked. Listen, keeping your immune system up, Zach and Blue, is probably the most important thing that you can do right now. Gwen, can you go to the cabinet or over there? There's a vitamin D3. Can you just bring that out? I just want to show this person what the best Also, Jay Schrager, that's very true. Thank you so much. That's very, very true. There is a very good mushroom immune supplement. So this here, my friend, is a D3. Now, here it says units 5,000 IU. Okay, I want to give you an idea. Know this for a fact, right? Currently take 1,000 IU daily. I'm going to tell you what, that is so low. And please hear me out. An AIDS patient who's diagnosed with AIDS gets 40 to 50,000 IU daily. That's a lot, right? Their immune system is tanked, so they've got to get it back up. You should be taking 2 5,000s a day. So the FDA will tell you to take 1,000 to 3,000 or 1,000 to 5,000. You should be taking at least 10,000 IU, two of these little suckers a day. In fact, you could even double that and take 20,000 a day. Two to three of these, that's 10 to 15,000 IU. Right now, here we go. Swallowed it without water. That's what you need, my friend, right now. Get the D3 is the best immune system there is. Immune booster. To get out in the sun is really good. If you can find some sunshine, sunshine gives you a lot of vitamin D. But we're praying for you. Junior says $20 dog barrier and $5 plastic does the job for people like those. You know, that's a good question. It's not like I'm saying, hey, go and do the $20 dog barrier, right? If you put the $20 dog barrier up and you have that thick plastic and you plastic it all out, you have a way better chance, Junior, this is my argument here, than no barrier whatsoever, right? Nothing at all. Now you can go out, you can spend, I have a link below. They charge up to $200-300 for professional barriers. Send it to you, install it. I have shown links to $50 to $99 barriers, right? Some people, honestly, just hear me out, Junior. Some people say, hell no, I'm not going to spend $50 to $99, never mind $250 on a barrier. Show me something for $20-30. That's the reason why I put it out there. So my guess is, obviously, maybe the more you spend, the better your protection. Same with masks. You get cheap masks, you get good masks, you get the 95 masks, and you get the regular blue masks, right? There's a lot of differences out there, right? But I think that the dog barrier suggestion, there's the framework, right? The framework is there, the center aisle, the two wings, and now you got to make sure you seal everything with the nice thick plastic. Not that cheap plastic that you wrap your sandwiches with. I'm not saying that. But at Home Depot, you can buy really, really thick see-through plastic, right? See, and you fill out the trims. It's up to you what type of a job you do in your car. It's up to you. How much do you want to spend on this? The same with dash cams. You can go out and get a dash cam for $49. I went and spent $250 on an N2 Pro dash cam by Sony, right? So what is your safety worth? How much are you able to afford? And I'm not judging anyone. I'm not judging that person that's going to put a $20 barrier in his car or a $200. If it fits into your budget, if you have put this money aside, go for it. If you have the money to buy a very, very good dash cam, definitely do that. Dash cam numero uno, my friends. Dustin, I remember Dustin and I probably had some dash cam sponsors at the same time. And I'm glad that since that day, this is years ago, we kept on pushing dash cams, because the more people that have dash cams in their car, the less violence, the less assaults, the less sexual assaults, the less troubles. Now, those are dash cams. Now, on the other hand, let's talk about barriers. You either have no barrier, which means free zone, right? Hopefully they're wearing a mask, you wearing a mask, nothing in between you guys. Or you have the minimum $20 dog barrier mask filled out with plastic. Or you have the ride guard barrier, which runs $50 to $99. Or you have the Rideshare barrier by a Chicago company. They make the best one. It's about $200, $250, right? I have that in the Escalade. Now, I'm not judging you, whatever fits into your budget. Zach, please do. And as I say that, this is, some people laugh at this, but like, I actually did 3 years in the field of natural medicine. Some people laugh at it, but it's done me well. It's done my kids well. It's kept the immune system up, right? Knowing what type of good supplements without side effects. I'm not talking pharmaceuticals that have side effects, 10, 15 side effects. I'm talking really good natural stuff works. Jesse Pacheco says, I agree with you 100%. Thank you. Junior says, true, Mr. Torsen, but 200 way too much with a COVID shutdown. 100%, I agree with that. $200 is a lot of money. And I feel like, if you're asking $200 for a rideshare barrier, they're pretty sure they're manufacturing that for $60, $70. And then they're putting a 200-300% margin on the top, right? Right now, no company should exploit this situation. No company should increase their fees because there's a pandemic and people are fearing for their safety, and capitalize on that. If you make a rideshare safe barrier, make it accessible, make sure it works at the right price, get it to the people as soon as possible, right? So I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. The links are under my videos. I have one that's Ride Guard, and then I have another one that goes to the Chicago company. And they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good. But the gentleman that sent me the video, his name is Mark, he had a budget, maybe $20, $30. And he went out there and said, okay, how do I do this? And kudos to him, man. He's doing more than 90% of the drivers are. He said, I care about my safety. I maybe don't have the $200 to spend on this, but I see, oh, wow, there is a dog barrier. Now I've got the framework, and now I'm going to fill it in with plastic. God bless the guy. He's doing more than the other 90% are. Right. So I gave 3 sponsors a shout out today. Money's coming in. Money, money, money isn't funny in the rideshare world. But this ain't funny. This shit ain't funny. So Larry Scott says, why shouldn't you capitalize on people's fear? They are not afraid to go to bars or Walmart with 2,000 people in it. Hey, if you want to go to a Walmart, I will guarantee you will not go into that Walmart or those big stores without a mask. Those rules are already written, right? Fear is how you feel inside if you're scared. I'm a person that is not fearful of anything, for that matter of fact, right? If anything, I always fear for my kids' safety, right? But for my personal safety, I don't know the word fear, which has mean false illusion appearing real. What I do know is that when you follow facts, when you follow experts, right, you're getting the best advice, right? And there is a reason, ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why nurses and doctors in hospitals wear this. There is a reason, because people come in coughing, people come in with flu, people come in with this shit, people come in with that. Proven, keeps it out. No, I'm not fearful of taking the vaccine. I'm not a lab rat, Larry. You're a lab rat, right? I have seen what it's done to my brothers and sisters, right? Again, facts, not fear, facts. What's inside this juice, what was inside that juice when I was a 19, 20-year-old when army people wasn't tested, right? So if you're the type of, you have that sheep attitude, like, nah, 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 sign me up. I'm Larry Scott, the big hero, sign me up. You're not putting your noggin in between this and here. You're not using this part. I'll tell you flat out, right? So it's got nothing to do with fear. It's using your smarts. Now, you're the first guys like, oh, I trust them. You're a very trusting guy. I could probably sell you cow shit and you'd buy it, right? You're a very trusting person. You know, the pleasing type. Yeah, I will do it. I will take it. I want to please the world. I say, hey, go and test this. Test this on monkeys, on rabbits, on whatever you can test it. If everything goes well, anything that goes through the FDA, usually there's a cycle of testing. They have rushed this through in record time. Understandably that they've rushed this through. Moderna, Pfizer, and all this, big money in this, right? And you need to get it to the people, but you also need to test. So I'm saying it's got nothing to do with fear. It's got to do with smarts. All right, so that's where, thank God, I'm very different to you, right? And you see in this stream right now, Larry, you're the odd one out. Every single person in here, they don't live in fear. Every single person in this live feed right now has been operating out of smarts. Show us that it works. Not, hey, test it on me. I want to be the little guinea pig. I want to be the little lab rat. So that's all I got to say. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want your input. All the future people coming into this video, let us know. Dara, I find it shameful that you would go and make this application behind our backs to the CDC, requesting that we get vaccinated first. I love Junior's idea. Can you just check who that is? I love Junior's idea that says, you guys test it first. Dara Koshashawi executives, go test it. Go test it first. You heard about the black sheep? You heard about the black sheep, Larry? The one that wants to be the little odd one out? That's who you are, right? So I'm saying you're the guy in this group that says, sign me up. Can you just open the door? It's probably a package.
No, there's nothing out here.
There's nothing out there?
No.
Interesting.
Rang our doorbell and walked away.
There was nobody outside? Strange. I'll read the article one more time. Uber asks US CDC to consider ride-hail drivers essential for COVID-19 vaccine distribution. Chris Buerta in the house, long time no see. Not sure that I'll take that shot. I'm with you, Chris. I'm going to take that shot. Good to see you, buddy. Uber Technologies on Thursday asked the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to designate its ride-hail and delivery drivers and Larry Scott as non-health essential workers entitled to early COVID-19 vaccine distribution. The company, in a letter to the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, says its drivers provided critical transportation for essential workers and allowed others to stay home and order food. Early access to a vaccine would help drivers and delivery people continue to play their essential role while also reducing the risk that they may inadvertently contract or possibly transmit the virus, said the letter, signed by Uber's head of federal affairs, Daniel Burr. The letter comes as several industry groups, including in the food production, agricultural, consumer goods, and trucking industry, are asking officials to prioritize their workers for early vaccine distribution. US government officials have said that up to 20 million people could be vaccinated by the end of 2020, but that it would take until the middle of 2021 for most Americans to gain access to effective inoculation. The CDC Advisory Committee is drafting recommendations for who should be prioritized for distribution. according to Dara, we should be prioritized for distribution. And on Tuesday, it said healthcare personnel and residents of long-term care facilities should receive the vaccine first. A US government agency in August included ride-hail taxi, ride-hails, ride-sharing, taxi, delivery, and car rental services in a list of essential critical infrastructure workers that could be included, that could also include more than 300 other job categories. Wendell's on board. Wendell and Larry on board. He goes, he says, hi, Prof, I'll take the vaccine, no fear. Okay. It's Moose says, I don't judge a driver that chooses to drive for rideshare during these pandemic times. I won't further exploit it at the bequest of Uber to take a vaccine because they want us considered essential. Ladies and gentlemen, 55 minutes, 56 minutes. I'll go another 4 minutes and then my day starts. I will be out of here punctually in the next 4 minutes. Right now, when you switch on the app, switch on, let's say, the app. So let's say on the Lyft app, got to make the commitment first, right? Remember the health safety commitment. Don't drive if you have COVID-19. Wear a face covering. Keep your car clean. Open windows. So you got to click that to continue and get verified, or you don't drive. Simple as that. William B says, you people who are willing to take this vaccine are effing insane. I'm not the lab rat, brother. I'm with you. I'm not the first guinea pig that says, sign me up, sign me up. I want this, I want this. And Wendell says, have a good day, everyone. All right, so 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then my day starts. I'm going to head down to Long Beach, and I'm going to work on cars. I'm going to work on cars. And I don't have any passengers in the car. Don't have to wear this. The moment I arrive, there will be a few mechanics and friends there. I wear this. They wear this. We respect each other's space. We do what it takes. Hit that like button, everyone. We've got 2 minutes to go. I truly want to hear if you support Dara's idea that we get the shots. Next driver, please. Next delivery driver, please. Next driver, please. Next one, please. Hell no. Dara is full of poop emojis. Alrighty. Doug LeConte's in the house. He says, I am not taking no fucking shot. I am 100% with Mr. LeConte because the rideshare professor ain't taking no fucking shot either. Nada, niente, nein, nichts, niet in Ruski, niet. No. 9999999. Hell no. Ain't you lab rat. Ain't you guinea pig, Dara. But what would really bother me, what would really bother me if they say, you didn't follow your health safety commitment to the vaccine and you cannot drive. That would worry me, right? You didn't follow your health safety commitment to the vaccine. You cannot drive. Doug LaConte, thank you. I addressed this earlier. Larry, listen up to what the guy says here. The FDA, when it fast tracks a med, it takes 5 years, insofar 10. Thank you, sir. Testing, testing, testing. It's just like when you launch a website, you test the code, you test the code, you run your beta test, you run your shopping test, you run your everything test, you run your data quest, you run your everything type of test before you go out there and make money. Because otherwise it malfunctions, otherwise you're not going to get the order, otherwise you piss off a consumer and they will never buy from you again. Same with this shit. So thank you for saying that. He's correct. He is correct. LaConte is correct, right? Rush, 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 rush this through, rush, rush, rush. Big, big race. American pharmaceutical companies versus European pharmaceutical. Listen, I want an effective vaccine. Let's test this shit first. I'm not Dara Khosrowshahi's guinea pig. You shouldn't be either. It's got nothing to do with fear. It's got to do with facts. The facts are what's in there. Show us. Let's test it. Apparently, certain animals like cats and a mink in Denmark, they had to kill a few 100,000 mink because they contracted COVID. Why don't you go and effing test the shit on those 10,000 mink that make fur coats out of those mink? Those animals contracted it. Why don't you go and inject those little critters? And I love animals. It's sad that we have to test it on monkeys and shit like that. But go and test those COVID-infected mink first. Ask those mink how they felt. Film them. If they're lying dead in the cage in the next day. Think it's good for you? Hell no. Doug LaConte says, just look at a bill. GAT3S interest, his patent number for this. No joke, look at it up. Okay. Yeah, the consumer is your body. Exactly. I'll look it up. I'm interested in that. Okay, you got to form your own opinion, right? Research, research, research. Don't just follow like a blind sheep, man. Even if drivers did take the test, they could still be at risk of giving it to other high-risk family members because of the amount of people they deal with in a day. Tested it on all government officials first before giving it. Yeah, test it on Dara, test it on John Zimmer, test it on Logan Green, test it on their families, test it on these people, test it on the CEO of Moderna, test it on the CEO of Pfizer, their families first, before you come and inject the shit into our bodies, period. And we're over the 1 hour mark, right? And I hope we don't see this. You didn't follow your health safety commitment to vaccine. You cannot drive. I'll go nuts if that happens. I wish you all an amazing day. Very controversial topic. But if I look at the amount of people who have left remarks, Doug LaConte, bless you, brother. I appreciate you. High five. Thank you for the 5. High five. Keep up the good work for fighting for us. And yeah, test it on Dara. That's it. Doug, we say Dara. I'm with Doug on this. Dara, take the juice. Excuse me, Mr. Dara Khosrowshahi, would you step forward for your vaccination? Would your children step forward? Would your wife please step forward? All 5 of you. And let's watch Dara for the next few weeks. Let's observe him. How is he doing? How's he sleeping? How's his body reacting? Is he still alive? Is he still breathing? Maybe then you can start testing it on us. Doug, I appreciate you. It's Moose says these vaccines, they still don't know how long they last. He never would. No, he's the chicken shit type of guy. He was like, wah, 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 wah. He was like, talk, 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 talk. He's not the type of guy, if the shit hit the fan, he's not the type of guy that would step forward and take a bullet. He's not that type of guy. This is sort of like like us with that wild cat. We should say, "Hey, Dara, you take it first. You should take it first, Dara." Hold him down. Doug says, "No worries, mate. I'll catch the rest of it later. Thank you, my friend." Junior says, "No, he will never. He's a chicken shit. Chicken emoji, shit emoji, chicken shit." Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'll check in maybe Saturday or Sunday, maybe even today from Long Beach. High five. Great success. Very nice. Not very nice vaccine. Not high five vaccine. Not great success for vaccine. Wishing you a great day, everyone. Be safe. Have fun out there. Make money or stay at home. Wear your masks. Disinfect the freaking car. And let's get to 2021 together. Be well, my friends.